friends, family, lovers alike. Boom! Here taking a moment to speak about vision. Right now, many of us are caught up in the narrative, the great unfolding, and the many different versions and stories of what's happening here on our planets. You know, if something has become clear over this last year, it is the fact that there is so much corruption, greed, manipulation, and control taking place, and that the systems that are here in place are really working against our nature because they are not aligned with our divine nature. They're not aligned with the universal laws that have been guiding us here on earth for eons and guide our family from the stars. The intentions are not pure, and the rules of engagement and operation are dishonest. They've made it clear the direction they want us to go in. If and when we continue to give our power back over to those who think they are in control over us, because we continue to give them our power and allow them to be in control. They have put forth their vision for the Great Resets, and if you've had a chance to look at what that entails and the information they've put out there, you'll see that it not only involves lowering the human population, but disempowering the human population further and further to the point where we have nothing. And here now, you know, we are being cut off more and more from our connection from divinity and this magical power that is within all of us as humans. So for those of us that are on this path of faith, of trust, and living with great purpose on this mission to give birth unto heaven on earth, we have not only the opportunity but also the responsibility to become really clear on what is the vision that we hold, not only for our own lives and for our family and friends, but for all of humanity. Are we able to come together on a clear vision and move towards that for ourselves as bridges into the next era? As I'm about to share with you, you'll notice that it is becoming increasingly important that we move further towards our sovereignty and away from our dependency on the system of corruption. To understand what it means to once again have access to growing our own food, having healthy food, being able to educate our children in ways that are supportive and loving, caring and nurturing, to be able to have access to affordable, harmonious, natural housing solutions, to bridge the way towards the new earth. So I know that this vision isn't for everyone, because not everyone is in the space of recognizing their true desires and visions for their heart, as many people are really lost and caught up in illusions, still seeking instant pleasure or methods of distractions and avoidance, and really just want to get back to the way things used to be, or the way things were normally before all of this began. And you'll notice in the narrative, they're constantly reminding everyone, no, you're not going back to normal, and then tricking people, yes, if you do this or you do this, then we could go back to normal, we might, and it's just prolonged more and more. And at the same time, people around the world are becoming further disempowered, further disenfranchised as businesses are collapsing, as economies are collapsing, and all, of course, meeting into the direction that humanity is wanting to go in. And so we have this opportunity to take our power back, to recognize not only what our vision is, but to recognize we have the power to come together and to create this not only for us, but for all, to show that it is possible to really live in harmony with nature, in harmony with ourselves. So I've had the pleasure of traveling the world and meeting like-minded people who are on similar paths and coming to recognize, firstly, our own desire for simplicity, to be able to live simply and in balance with ourselves, in harmony with nature, and recognizing how abundantly Mother Earth provides for us when we are in fact in connection with Mother Earth. So we had the chance to transition towards actual sustainability, actual abundance, by getting our feet back on the ground, by being able to create opportunities, to create spaces for each and every one of us to transition more and more towards this way of living, towards this natural lifestyle. And so throughout my travels, I have heard, I have seen, I have listened to this common vision that's within our hearts. And I've come to see and know that it is not just a dream of mine, but a dream of many, to move towards sustainable, harmonious, community-based living, to be able to live close with nature, to work with nature, and to work and serve with those we truly love and are connected with as stewards, as caretakers of the earth. So here now we have the opportunity to begin buying land or working with current landowners to help transition these spaces to become safe, abundant, loving spaces of the hearts, created by the people for the people, operating in transparency, in authenticity, with love, respect, and honoring one another, honoring the animals, the insects, the plants, all of it, and to be able to work together to share our gifts with one another and with the world, and to really be of service, knowing that our greatest joys and pleasure come from the simple joys of service. This is no secret, as it's past in ancient knowledge all around the world. The yogis talk about Dharma, doing this great work, and how fulfilling it is to be of service. And as we fully transition our life to be of service, then we experience the great joys of recognizing there is great purpose to the lives that we are living. So we have the opportunity, we have the resources to begin coming together to make this happen, to start not only creating these spaces, but helping develop these spaces, to begin pooling the resources that we have, the money, the skills, and the time more and more, to take our power back and say, yes, we can, and yes, we are doing it, and start contributing to the spaces more and more, and creating new ways of living, new possibilities, which can then be constantly expanded upon and duplicated all around the world. There we have a global network of self-sustaining community heart spaces in which we are linked together, working together, supporting one another, serving one another in this abundance that we are here living upon. So we've reached this point in time where we may recognize we have everything we need. Everything on the planet is ours, actually. as humans, we own it all, we've created it all. Now can we begin to work together and transition towards a more harmonious, balanced, sustainable, abundant lifestyle? Yes, we can. It is here for us. But the thing is, it doesn't start with those who think they have the power and continue to control and manipulate. No, in fact, it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with all of us. We have the power. We have the ability. And are we able to trust in ourselves to take our power back, to begin taking steps forward? So if you feel me, if you hear me, let it be known that we are the bridges into the golden era. We are forming and walking upon this bridge so others can do the same. And it is very simple, very much at our grasp, if we're willing to simply trust and take it one step at a time. So if this resonates with you, please, I encourage you, let it be known, let me hear your voice, let me hear what's in your hearts, because this is what we have come for on this great, exciting adventure and mission here on Earth, in this incredible window of time. Yes, we can, and yes, we shall. Yeah, with love.